Changing children's negative behavior patterns. In the last article, I reviewed the first set of fundamentals you must master if you want to change a negative pattern of behavior with your child. I explained how children resist the reality of their daily life, and in this resistance create negativity, whether complaining, arguing, nagging, whining, questioning, or constant demanding. These patterns are universally maintained by a resistance to what is their daily life. Understandably, most parents who are dealing with negative patterns are prone to skipping over those fundamentals because there's often an adjustment period where things do actually get worse. Yet it is essential to honor those fundamentals. Here they are again. Inform the kids things are about to change, and it's okay to have your negative moment. Stop repeatedly engaging these behaviors. Do not argue, negotiate, explain over and over, repeat, or correct incessantly. These are all forms of engagement. Expect that things will get worse before they get better. They usually do. Part 2. Smart and effective consequences. If you are diligent in following the steps above, your negative child will likely escalate their negativity. Why? Because most of this negativity feeds off of your engagement. The very fact that the behavior escalates so rapidly after you pull away from feeding into it proves the power of your attention and engagement. The complainer complains more. The whiner whines more. The negotiator negotiates more. The questioner questions more. Just be prepared and do not give in, because it gets worse. I emphasize this here because you must master the steps above to ensure that the use of consequences remains effective. The following rules will help you take another step forward in eliminating negativity. 1. Use consequences with more intense or extreme behavior only. Once you have identified the need for change, the biggest mistake is often to get trigger-happy with consequences or even too many timeouts. If this happens, the consequence often stops working, and then you're in serious trouble. So please reserve the use of consequences for serious and more extreme negativity. 2. Completely eliminate threats of consequences. Do not make threats of what your kids will lose. The research is clear, and many of you already know this. If you fall into this habit, you end up making threat after threat, and nothing gets better. 3. Determine what specific actions warrant consequences and explain to your kids. When a more extreme behavior, such as unprovoked violence, public disrespect, or out-of-control tantrum occurs, let your children know that this type of behavior will always result in a consequence. There will be no warning or threat, simply clear and decisive action. 4. Simple consequence. Your world stops. This is my favorite consequence. It's universal and can work with all ages. It simply means exactly what it says. Due to some extreme behavior, you've decided that their world just stops. Now, this means video, friends, TV, computer, toy room, cell phone, everything stops for a set period of time. For extreme behavior with young children, a timeout accomplishes this very goal. For older children, you'll have to remove or shut down the electronics or send friends home for the rest of the day, perhaps. Either way, the goal here is to have a concise, predetermined consequence that your negative child will feel. But don't judge the usefulness of this strategy based upon what they say. Base the value based upon the degree of negative behavior you see a month from now. Just follow the game plan and stick to these rules. You will find that a more positive home is in your future. As always, you can learn more about these strategies at terrificparenting.com.